Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. We go racing today around the 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit, with 15 corners and 2 good passing opportunities into turns 1 and 4. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left tyre into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And a very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Hamilton, Max Verstappen, and Russell, Ricciardo, Norris, Bottas, and Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Mick Schumacher, Esteban Ocon, and Tsunoda, Magnussen, Albon, Sebastian Vettel, and Guan Yu Zhou, Latifi, Stroll, Oscar Piastri, and Bird. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as once again we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice, and they've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
Back row of the grid, not a great start to the season, so let's try and improve our position over the course of this Grand Prix. Got some information on Alonso. Okay, they're out of the... Well, what happened? Let me know you're okay.
Vamos. Honey.
Not the best. Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done. Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
That's the one.
And it looks like the pit crew are out in the lane and ready to perform their magic on the car. They're going to be aiming to achieve the fastest pit stop time possible.
What are you?
We can do a lot better than this. Come on. afraid you've been given a time penalty for that last incident, mate. There's a new strategy available on the MFD. That move was illegal, I'm afraid, mate. Return the position, give it back.
Like the pit crew are out in the lane and ready to perform their magic on the car. They're going to be aiming to achieve the fastest pit stop time possible.
She can badmouth me, she can be as angry as she wants, but this is not okay. It is a poor reflection on me. No, I attached it to her, and then after that was the discussion of ministry highlights. So I just went through and changed all that to ministry highlights. But no, she can figure this out. It is not on me. She's supposed to get this done. Yep. Correct. And then she immediately emails me and says, can you please bring in all of the confidential response forms that I've given you? I need to see what I have to bring it out. That has zero...
We're here in the coastal shores of Florida for the Miami Grand Prix, which has become the 11th Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Sergio Perez will lead us away from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen. And joining me once again in the commentary box today is, of course, former World Endurance Champion Anthony Davidson. Can we start by having a chat about Sergio Perez?
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? And, of course, it's looking very close here today. A lot's going to be riding on those first few corners, and then the question becomes who can manage their tyres so they're in a better position to push hard towards the end.
drive-through penalty. You've been given a drive-through penalty. Are you all right? Engine off, engine off. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. I'm afraid you've been given a time penalty for that last incident, mate.
And away we go, no problems, really smooth. Ferrari, no doubt, very happy with that stop.
To work projects that I helped create or acted in. They got next to no view, but I could expect.
Welcome to Sakhir and the Bahrain International Circuit, where the grid is forming up ready for today's race. Plenty of opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit for these young F2 drivers to show what they can do. The best passing opportunity right up there at turn 1, and we should see plenty of action there. But there's another not long after at turn 4. There are 9 right-handers and 6 left-handers, and the possibility that we could see some flat spots at the tightest of those left-handers, that's turn 10. Here are the starting positions for today's race. Christian Lundgaard lines up on pole position, with Théo Pourchaire starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Armstrong, Nissany, Guan Yu Zhou, and Drugovich. Ticktum, Daruvala, Schwartzman, Enzo Fittipaldi, Beckman, Boschong, Oscar Piastri, and Zendelli. Verschoor, Samaya, Deleda, and Bent Fiscal. Sato, Aitken, Lawson, and Yuri Vips starts from the back of the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. Davide, you're a 3-time winner around here in 1 week, I believe, back in 2012. How on earth do you make the tyres last around this track? They degrade so quickly.
To be honest, the key to the race is having a good start so you can get your car into a good position. Then save the tyres as much as you can and push just at the end.
Okay, we've been given a 3-second time penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done. You need to give that place back, I'm afraid. That was an illegal overtake. Okay, this is Mark. I need you to stop cutting the corners. If you keep it up, the stewards are going to give you a penalty. Didn't receive that. Repeat the message. Repeat the message. Hey, if you don't behave yourself from now on, we're going to end up disqualified.
And it looks like the pit crew are out and ready to perform their magic on the car. They will be aiming to achieve the fastest pit time possible. A decent pit time then. The team will be hoping they can get back into the action as fast as possible and not lose too much time from this stop.
do it.
Hello and welcome to the British Grand Prix here at Silverstone. The grandstands are packed, the cars have just made their way out to the grid, and we're minutes away from lights out. The 3.6 miles of Silverstone Circuit in Great Britain is hallowed ground to the Formula One faithful. We have 18 corners that wrap around this former World War II airbase, and some good passing opportunities at the end of the DRS zones. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. It's Carlos Sainz in pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Verstappen, Charles Leclerc and Hamilton, Gasly, Bottas, Mick. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box. Ant, it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they...
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. Drive-through penalty. You've got a drive-through penalty. I'm afraid you've been given a time penalty for that last incident, mate. That was an illegal manoeuvre. You've got to cede that position or we'll receive a penalty. There's a new strategy available on the MFD. If you keep this up, we're going to get disqualified. Be more careful out there. Finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done. move was illegal, I'm afraid, mate. Return the position, give it back. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Continue to cut corners, the stewards are going to give you a penalty. Be careful. I'm afraid you've been given a time penalty for that last incident, mate. Hey, if you don't behave yourself from now on, we're going to end up disqualified.
And away we go, no problems, really smooth. Ferrari, no doubt, very happy with that stop.
The drag reduction system, or DRS, opens a flap on the rear wing to reduce drag and improve the straight line speed of the car. Drivers are able to use this system.
Okay, you've got a drive-through penalty. You've been given a drive-through penalty. Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done. available on the MFD. Okay, the stewards have given you a 3-second time penalty for contact with other cars. That's 3 seconds to be added to our race time. I've got some information on Hamilton for you. They're retiring from the race.
Okay, he's just doing stuff. It's
And away we go, and that was a very nice stop. No problems, very smooth for Leclerc.
To slow down before hitting the corners. We don't want to get a penalty.
Wow! George, did you hear that, buddy? I think they've forgiven you for everything you did last time.
Anthony Davidson is with me once again to take you through today's action. And we have plenty of twists and turns to come over the next hour or so, I'm sure. Why don't we kick off by discussing Max Verstappen?
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? I'm also looking forward to seeing the different strategies in play today. Those who are starting on the red mark soft tyre are going to have a little bit more grip early on, but they have to make it count before that degradation starts to set in.
Drive-through penalty, you've got a drive-through penalty. Okay, DRS is now available. don't take the drive-through penalty this lap, you'll be disqualified. Box, box, box. Okay, mate, that was an illegal manoeuvre. You've got to cede that position or we'll receive a penalty. Okay, mate, I'm afraid that's race over. The stewards have black flagged you. Okay, we've been given a 3-second time penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please. Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me... You've been given a time penalty for that last incident, mate. There's a new strategy available on the MFD. That looked bad. Are you all right? Let me know you're okay.
That's a fantastic team effort then to secure victory here in the desert. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
And I can... Some amazing talent out on the track. Welcome to Abu Dhabi. We're just about to start today's race here at the Yas Marina circuit. It's a track known for its long back straight, which serves as a fantastic opportunity for overtaking, going into the slow speed corners that follow it. The Yas Marina circuit is made up of 3.28 miles of track, featuring 16 corners with 2 very long straights. DRS zones going into the heavy braking zones of both turn 5 and turn 7 offer plenty of potential for overtaking. The circuit comes with its fair share of tricky corners, which will certainly test a driver's braking management. So with the race not far away from starting, and a warm welcome, of course, to my co-commentator here today, someone of tremendous experience and insight. It's the man himself, Anthony Davidson. Now, I want to ask you about Lewis Hamilton.
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? And let's see who's able to keep their tyres in that temperature sweet spot early on. You've got a great tyre warmer underneath your right foot, and the drivers need to make the most of that on the formation lap, lest they see themselves skating wide at turn 1 on cold rubber.
We've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. That move was illegal, I'm afraid, mate. Return the position, give it back. Wow, that was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay. Okay, here